Hi, I'm a Bullis Student Tutor, and in this video we're going to be talking about the conjugation of the French verb avoir. So to start, the verb avoir is a foundational verb in the French language, so it's going to be very important that you know how to conjugate the verb in all of the tenses. And the verb avoir translates to English as to have. So let's start by conjugating avoir in the present tense. So if you wanted to say I have, you would say j'ai. So for example, if I wanted to say I have an apple, you would say j'ai une pomme. Next, to say you have, you would say tu as. And again with the apple example, if you wanted to say you have an apple, you would say tu as une pomme. And next, for he has, she has, or it has, you would say il a, elle a, or on a. So, il a une pomme, elle a une pomme, on a une pomme. Next, for we have, you would say nous avons. So, if we wanted to say we have apples, you would say nous avons des pommes. Or, to keep it in singular for the apple, we have an apple, nous avons une pomme. So next is you have, but you in this case would be plural. So that would translate to vous avez. So if you wanted to say you, so it's kind of like you all have an apple. So vous avez une pomme. Next is they have. So it would be ils ont, or elles ont. And that's how you conjugate avoir in the present tense. So we're going to move on to the past tense. So if you wanted to say I've had an apple, you would say j'ai eu une pomme. If you wanted to say you have had an apple, you would say tu as eu une pomme. If you wanted to say he has had, she has had, or it has had, you would say il a eu, elle a eu, or on a eu. So going back to the apple example, il a eu une pomme, elle a eu une pomme, or on a eu une pomme. If you want to say we have had, you would say nous avons eu. So if you wanted to say we have had an apple, you would say nous avons eu une pomme. If you wanted to say you have had, but the you is plural, so I guess you all have had, it would be vous avez eu une pomme. If you wanted to say they have had, it would be ils ont eu or elles ont eu. So going back to the apple example again, ils ont eu une pomme or elles ont eu une pomme. And if you notice, with these 6 different tenses, you can see that the past participle is eu. So really, you're not really conjugating the past participle. It's more the first part of the verb. So for example, if we go back, you see how this is the same. So it's kind of like you are conjugating it in the present tense again, but you're adding the past participle of eu. So you just kind of need to think of it like that. I think you just would add this at the end and then just conjugate it as normal. So in the future tense, if you wanted to say I will have, you would say j'aurai, so I will have an apple, j'aurai une pomme. If you wanted to say you will have, you would say tu auras, so you will have an apple, tu auras une pomme. If you wanted to say he will have, she will have, or it will have, you would say il aura, elle aura, or on aura. So with the apple example, il aura une pomme, elle aura une pomme, on aura une pomme. Next, for the plurals, you would say, if you wanted to say we will have, you would say nous aurons. So we will have an apple, nous aurons une pomme. If you wanted to say you or you all will have, you would say vous aurez. So vous aurez une pomme is you all will have an apple. Lastly, for they will have, it would be ils auront or elles auront. So ils auront une pomme or elles auront une pomme. And that is how you conjugate the verb avoir in the past, present, and future tenses.